Alright, so we're going to start a little video here. We're making squash casserole, my wife is. She went and got some fresh squash today from the farmer's market. 12 to 15 squash. She cleaned them.
Small squash.
Small squash, not the big giant ones. Because the seeds get bigger the bigger you go. She cleaned them and then she used this slicer thing because she likes them in the very small slices. You can pick up one of these at Bed Bath & Beyond for next to nothing. I mean, I think it was $5, $6, something like that. Real cheap. Slicing up real thin with some water and cook them.
I go ahead and season them.
And you go ahead and season them with what? Salt, pepper, and a little bit of bacon grease. We got, you know, we live in the South. You got to season everything with bacon grease. So, you cook this on high for a while?
Until it comes to a boil and I turn it down.
Okay. Cook it on high until it comes to a boil. Turn it down. Cook it on low. And she said just cook it until it's done. Until it's falling apart. And then once it's falling apart, you cut the oven off and let it sit, cool off. And then we're going to put this in the fridge tonight and continue working on it tomorrow. And I'll show you the process tomorrow. You don't know it, but this is a really delicious dish, or it will be. Alright, stay tuned. Continuing on with the squash casserole recipe. This morning my wife took the squash that we had in the refrigerator out and she put it on the stove to heat it back up. She said the goal is that you want it hot enough to melt the cheese and butter. But she heated it back up and then strained it in a colander and then put it back in the pot with butter and cheese. How much butter did you put in there? Just a couple spoons?
Yeah.
And how much cheese? Just
a little bit.
Just a little bit of cheese. All right, this is a 2-cup thing of cheese. You probably put in like maybe almost a cup.
Yeah, I didn't measure.
There isn't really a measurement, but you want to kind of mix it around and make sure that it's all worked in good and creamy. And you can see it almost looks like, if you're from the South, it kind of looks like grits.
Can't even tell it's squash. Hardly.
You can't even tell it's squash.
Which is perfect because our kids don't eat
Did you
squash.
put any of that in there?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of sour cream. How much?
A couple of spoonfuls.
A couple spoonfuls of sour cream. And Ritz crackers we've got crushed up. About a sleeve and a quarter worth in there we've got crushed up. And so, yeah. The next step is what?
Put it in a casserole dish.
Put it into a casserole dish.
Stop.
Alright, so we put it into a casserole dish. This is a 8 by 11.5 by 2-inch casserole dish. We got the oven. We're going to preheat it to 350 and I'll show you what we do after that. Alright, so it's come out of the oven after 30 minutes and my wife has changed the oven to broil. We're going to sprinkle on some of this Ritz cracker crushed up stuff and I guess the rest of the cheese, and she's cutting it off. Yeah, the rest of the cheese. Cheesy.
I'll need that.
Alright, mental note. It's hot, so be careful. As you can see, my wife's spreading on the Ritz cracker mix. You just gotta be careful not to burn your hand. But spread it out kind of evenly.
It's just crackers.
Get it to the edge. Ritz cracker. Yummy, yummy. Once this is on here, we're just going to stick it back in the oven on broil for a few minutes.
Until it browns up.
Till it browns up. Alright, this is with all the breadcrumbs on it, and we're getting ready to put it in the oven under broil.
Cracker crumbs.
What?
Cracker crumbs.
Cracker crumbs? What did I say?
Breadcrumbs.
This ain't breadcrumbs, this is cracker crumbs. So crackers, pay attention. This is your crumbs. Alright, this is it, just after a short time of being in the oven on broil. Doesn't it look pretty? I wish I could describe how it tastes. There's no real way to tell you how it tastes. It's just delicious. Delicious-y goodness.